Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'd like to welcome you to Minecraft Morning Musings. In this morning's episode, we're going to continue our exploration of the Dao de Jing with an extra visual reflection on a chapter with some extra fun to comment upon verses. So let's jump right in by reading chapter 24 of McDonald's public domain translation. Those who stand on tiptoes do not stand firmly. Those who rush ahead don't get very far. Those who try to outshine others dim their own light. Those who call themselves righteous can't know how wrong they are. Those who boast of their accomplishments diminish the things they have done. Compared to the Tao, these actions are unworthy. If we are to follow the Tao, then we must not do these things. I personally really enjoy the visual and physical metaphors that Lao Tzu describes in the first few lines. When he says, those who stand on tiptoes do not stand firmly. I love that, the physicality of it. If you can, go ahead and stand up right now, okay? Now get up on your tiptoes. And you may notice that furniture normally viewed at eye level has a top part, and that top part is covered with dust. This is normal. You may also realize that it's way easier for YouTubers to sneak into your house and knock you over because of your elevated center of gravity. And for that, I apologize while snickering, but we can do that in person. Anyway, having done that, you can go ahead and return to a normal standing position, and now go ahead and plant your feet shoulder width apart. If you let your knees bend and your torso sink a few inches lower than you normally stand, you'll notice that your center of gravity is a little bit lower than usual. Now, if you fight, you'll recognize that having a low center of gravity makes it harder for you to be pushed over or knocked down. If you don't fight, this stance will likely feel awkward for a few months until you build up more leg strength. But you'll thank me later if you have to fight, so, there's a sunny side to that. Now, if you want to keep strengthening your legs, you can maintain that stance for now, but otherwise, go ahead and take your seats, because we're going to talk about Mario, the institutionalized plumber from Brooklyn who keeps having games made about his ravens. When Lao Tzu says, those who rush ahead don't get very far, it reminds me of the levels in Super Mario Bros. 3, Turtles in Time, where the screen moves at a fixed pace, and Mario needs to dodge enemies and bullets while waiting for the screen to advance. Now, if you run toward the right side of the screen, you won't actually get to the end of the level any faster. In fact, you're actually more likely to be hit by a bullet with a face on it before you even see the whites of its eyes. So, if you're too old to understand what I just said with this whole Mario thing, just remember, Elvis said, only fools rush in. Now, if you're too young to understand the Mario thing, remember that your teeth will eventually grow back, and trying to rush the process by carving false wooden teeth will only lead to you cutting your child-sized, uncoordinated hands up. No, put the knife down. Okay? So let's just move right on to the next part. Let's leave those wooden teeth on the table and just, whatever, chomp on ahead. There we go. So those who try to outshine others dim their own light. Okay, I'd like you guys all to imagine a really shiny person with a bunch of other really shiny people around him. This is a metaphor for something important, but the visual is also pretty funny on its own. Just to make this a little bit more immediately tangible or imaginable, simply. Okay, imagine a nerd telling a bunch of other nerds about how smart he is. If you think about that, you understand why you never want to be that particular nerd. Never do that. Okay, so let's see. Next up, we've got the lines, those who call themselves righteous can't know how wrong they are, and those who boast of their accomplishments diminish the things they have done. Now, these lines don't really have a visual component embedded within them, so I'm going to create one. I'm going to ask you to visualize yourself being humble, okay? Just follow me for a second here. Pretend you're at a boxing match, right? You hear the roar of the onlookers, you see the ineffectual camera phone flashes among the crowd, you smell the popcorn or whatever they serve, and there's those big strong guys fighting down on that little square thing in the middle. And everybody's really surprised at how strong they are, even though they're only wearing shorts. And what you need to do now is imagine yourself not saying something along the lines of, "Oh, sure, those guys might punch well, but I graduated summa cum laude from Harvard and only wear such a small amount of clothing around someone of the correctly opposite gender with whom I'm in a committed relationship recognized by God." Wow, that voice took a lot out of me. So I hope you enjoyed our exercises so far today. Wow, gonna need a breather after that. Anyway, as this series is experimental, I'd appreciate it if you could click thumbs up or thumbs down on each episode to give me feedback. Tell your friends about what I'm doing on Twitter, on Facebook, via mail, carrier pigeon, arrow with a scroll attached to it. It's always pretty classic. Or just, comment and let me know. I would love to hear if any of you guys actually did try the standing up thing, because that's kind of neat to me. But anyway, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. I don't even know if I could do that voice again. It's like, "Oh, pardon me. I believe that I have left my parasol beneath the beech tree which I planted to commemorate my great-grandfather's victory over the Vietnamese."